Hello students, in my last video related to the topic fractions, I had only given you an introduction to fraction. Moving ahead with the same topic, let's discuss types and conversion of fractions. So, let's discuss first types of fractions. Now see, I am writing few fractions here, 3 by 7, 4 by 7, 2 by 7. Okay, now I am writing another group of fractions here, 2 by 5, 3 by 7, 4 by 9. Can you find any difference between this group of fractions and this group of fractions? Yes, here we can see that all the denominators are same. So, it has same denominator. So, denominator, D for denominator. It has different denominators. Fine. So, here denominators are like. So, it is called like fractions. And this group of fractions, these fractions are unlike fractions. Now, we can define like fractions as the fractions, two or more fractions having same denominator are called like fraction. I have a habit to write a small d here so that we can recall that what is like here in like fractions. Are numerators like or denominators like? If you will write a d here, you will remember that in like fraction, denominators are like. That means same. So, here are the two fractions we discussed, like fractions and unlike fraction. You can easily find difference between a like fraction, between the group of like fractions and unlike fractions. Now, the other type of fraction. Let me draw something. Yes, I'm drawing a structure of human body. Now, let me draw bigger. So that it should be prominent. Now, isn't it funny? This is a proper body structure of a human. This is head and this is rest part of the body. Here see, head is so big and rest the body part is so small in comparison of this big head. So, which structure is proper? Yes, this one is proper where head is smaller than the rest body structure, body parts, and this is improper. Okay, relating this to the numerator, we can say that when numerator is smaller than denominator, it is called proper fraction. These are few examples of proper fraction. Now, improper fraction. Okay, here denominator is smaller than numerator. Here the numerator is I'm sorry, I have done a mistake here. Here denominator is greater than numerator and here numerator is greater than denominator. Now what happens, I have found students often get confused between improper and proper. They don't remember. So I discuss an event with them so that it will help them to recall. Now suppose I ask, suppose you are going with your father somewhere to, you are going to a fair with your father and you got tired. You both were walking and you got tired. You can sit on your father's shoulder. Fine. Suppose if your father gets tired and he wants to sit on your shoulder, will he be? No. It will be something improper. So in the same manner, a smaller number is sitting on a bigger number's shoulder. You can remember it this way. Smaller number sitting on bigger number's shoulder. Here, bigger number is sitting on smaller number's shoulder. So this is improper. This is something improper being happened here, and this is proper. So this is the way we remember the difference between proper and improper fraction. Now, the fifth type of fractions. Till now we have discussed like fractions, that means same denominator, unlike fractions, different denominator. Proper fraction, where denominator is greater than numerator, and improper fraction, where numerator is greater than denominator. Now, one more. Now, let me introduce mixed fractions. What is mixed fraction? A mixed fraction is a combination of a whole means whole number, a whole and a proper fraction. So it is a combination of a whole and a proper fraction. Let me give an example of this. 2 whole number 1 by 3. Here this 2 is whole. This is whole, and this 1 by 2 is a proper fraction. Fine. You can see numerator is smaller, denominator is greater. So it is a combination of whole and a proper fraction. Now how do we find mixed fractions? You know that fraction means equal parts of a whole. So suppose you have 2 apples. 3 apples, sorry. You have 3 apples and you have to distribute it into 2 kids. So how will you distribute? Very simple. This first apple, this goes to this child. This goes to this child. Now we are left with one more apple. And we know that we have to be fair with our division. We have to give both the child equal parts of apple. So what we will do? We will divide it into 2 equal parts. So this half goes to this child and this half goes to this child. So what part of fraction, what part of apple they both are getting? 1 whole 1 by 2. So this is how we get mixed fraction. So these are the types of fraction. Now let's recapitulate types of fraction, then we will start with conversion of fraction. Now, fractions divided into like, unlike, proper, improper, mixed. Okay. So, like fraction, same denominator. Unlike fractions, different. I am writing in short so that I can different denominator. Proper fraction, denominator greater than numerator. Okay. Small number sitting on greater numbers, shoulder. Now improper fraction, denominator smaller than numerator, or we can say numerator is greater than denominator. Mixed fraction, combination of whole and a proper fraction. Done? So this is a flow chart of fractions, these type of fractions, and what are the properties, that is also mentioned. Now let's move to the next topic, that is conversion of fraction. We can change one type of fraction into the other. Let's first discuss how to change unlike fractions into like fractions. Let's take an example of unlike fractions. Suppose this is 1 by 5, 2 by 7. Let's take two fractions only. Now these are unlike fractions because they have different denominator. Denominators are not same, they are different. So these are unlike fraction. Now how can we change these unlike fractions into like fraction? So what we are doing, unlike to like. This is what we are discussing. Okay, so first of all, what we need to have like fractions? We need to have common denominators. Okay, one number which can be a denominator, which will be a denominator of this fraction as well as the other one. So how to find that common denominator? So we can take out LCM, least common multiple of 5 and 7. This is the way we can find that which number can be the denominator, that common denominator. So let's find LCM of 5 and 7. We know these both are prime numbers. So if we have two prime numbers and we have to find its LCM, what we do? We multiply both the numbers. Otherwise, in this manner, if you can check also, 5 ones are 5 and 7. Now 7, 1, 1. So we are getting 5 into 7, that is 35 is the LCM. So what we do? First we find LCM of 5 and 7, and that comes to 35. 35. Fine. So 35 is the denominator, the common denominator. So we will convert these fraction into equivalent fraction, in which we have we can have this denominator as 35. So what we will do? We will have to decide that 5 will be multiplied by which number to get 35. Yes, 5 sevens are 35. So we will multiply both numerator and denominator by 7, and we will get 7 by 35. Now 2 by 7. Obviously 7 will be multiplied by 5, and see, we multiply both numerator and denominator, not only numerator or only denominator. We need to multiply both. We know that for converting a fraction into equivalent fraction, getting equivalent fraction of a fraction, we multiply or divide the numerator and denominator both with the same number. So now here we are getting 10. So these are the like fractions. So 1 by 5 and 2 by 7 are converted into like fractions by getting 7 by 35 and 10 by 35. So this is how we convert them into like fraction. Why we need to convert them into like fraction? Because this will help us to decide which fraction is greater and which is smaller. So comparison of fraction is done by converting into like fraction, even addition and subtraction. So we will discuss that later. Now the another important conversion is mixed fraction to improper fraction. Mixed fraction to improper fraction. Let's take this mixed fraction. Now, how can we convert mixed fraction into improper fraction? So, for that, what we do, whole multiplied by denominator. I'll have to write a little smaller so that it can be accommodated. So, whole into denominator plus numerator by denominator. Okay. So, here whole is 2. So, 2 multiplied by denominator, that is 3 plus 1 by denominator, that is 3. So, we know we do multiplication first and then addition. So, we will multiply 2 into 3, 6 plus 1 by 3. That comes to 7 by 3. So, this is how we convert mixed fraction into improper fraction. Now, how to convert improper into mix? Improper to mixed fraction. Fine. Let's take an example of improper fraction. Let's take 5 by 2. See, this is improper fraction. Why? Because numerator is greater than denominator. A bigger number, a shameless bigger number is sitting on smaller number. It is just same like a shameless bigger elder person is sitting. Okay. So, how do we convert improper fraction into mixed fraction? For this we had discussed, it is same like suppose you have 5 apples. I'm sorry if I'm not drawing it very, I'm not good at drawing. So, now 2 kids, it has to be divided into 2 parts. 1 apple, 1, now second apple goes to this child, then second apple goes to this child. Now this is left, so it will be divided into 2 parts. So this is 2 whole 1 by 2. This can be done with the smaller numbers, but if we have bigger, the rule is the denominator divides the numerator. Okay, so 2 2s are 4 minus 1. So the quotient becomes whole. It is quotient remainder by the denominator. Denominator remains the same. Must remember this. Quotient becomes the whole number, remainder becomes the numerator, and denominator remains the same. Denominator does not change whether we are converting into mixed to improper or we are converting improper to mixed. The denominator remains the same. So, here in this case the mixed fraction will be 2 whole number 1 by 2. So, this is how we do conversion of fractions. So, this is all about today's class. In next class, we will discuss addition and subtraction of fraction. So, once we know how to convert unlike fraction into like fractions, we can easily do comparison of fractions. We can easily add and subtract the fractions as well. So, thank you for today. We'll meet soon. Bye.